For someone who spent so many years in the spotlight like 50 Cent, the times he's truly taken a loss are so few you could count them on one hand. Even after being shot 9 times, Curtis Jackson, better known as 50 Cent, still ended up on top in every way. He didn't just survive the alleged shooter, he went on to become a huge star, with that near-death experience only adding to his legend. Later, when he got punched in a club by Ja Rule and his crew, and even stabbed by Murder Incorporated's Black Child, 50 bounced back stronger and ultimately crushed not just Ja Rule's career, but the entire label as well.
Heated because I got mad and I started screaming at him and telling him that, he was a bitch and this, that, and the third. And so he swings at me, you know what I'm saying? He caught me a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But I dipped it and then hit him with the bat, boom! So now we start tussling. We tussling. Now my niggas is there. He got a few niggas with him there. Me and my niggas proceed to whoop his ass while his niggas did nothing.
And it became so obvious over time that even Murder Incorporated's Irv Gotti had no option but to admit it.
Worldwide Plaza. Rule was in the office. We was in there having a good time. And here comes Flex at 7 o'clock. I got the news. So he said, all right, let's listen. Let's listen to it. Dun, 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 dun. I'm like, oh God, we're fucking Dre, right? So boom. So then, but wait a minute, you're bringing it back. So I'm like, all right, the beat is fucking nuts. He may have one, but let's see if he connected the dots lyrically. He may have not connected the dots lyrically. You can find me in the I'm like,
This is it.
I turned to Rule and everyone in the office, and I said, yo, buckle up. We have a major problem.
Other than losing that famous chart battle to Kanye and having to pay a huge settlement to Rick Ross's baby mama for leaking an explicit tape during his feud with the Boss, 50 has mostly enjoyed the rewards of every battle he's been in. He's always embraced being the aggressor and thrived in that role. But even by his own admission, his clash with Jadakiss and the Lox was probably the closest he ever came to taking a real loss.
You felt like you've lost or wasn't as victorious?
Nah.
Yeah.
I've had the artists have moments, like they did something I was like, oh, that was good.
Right.
What are some of those?
Yeah. So what did you see that you was like, oh yeah, that was a good one right there?
In between time, like what's the name? The Jadakiss, he had put out some things.
On you?
Yeah, while we was back. And look, he could really rap. Like
Yeah.
certain part look big. Even if the format didn't put it in a song, to make it feel like it's a problem.
Right.
What you said landed. Like I heard him was like, oh.
But now, it seems like he may have added another name to that list.
I celebrate you, but if you get a chance, please tell 50 bring his on out here and get this smoke.
Oh, Jesus.
Please tell 50 Cent get his hit records and come on and sit down and see what the South got to say, guys.
It's your boy Louisa, and here's why 50 Cent might finally be taking some L's. Throughout his remarkable run in hip-hop, film, and business, nothing has ever stopped him from asserting himself whenever he felt like it. Whether it was Diddy, The Game, Rick Ross, or even his longtime G-Unit members, crossing 50 in any way almost always led to a very public clash. Because of that, he's often been better at making enemies than keeping long-term allies.
The thing I would say about him, I would be uncomfortable being his friend.
Oh yeah.
You know, and however he feels about whatever people say about him, it is what it is. There is a large amount of people that he was once close to that he's no longer close to, and it's public that they have an issue because he made it public. And I think that's difficult when you work with a person that's like that.
In fact, that reputation runs so deep that he was recently handed a so-called Nobel Beef Prize at a Miami club just for his dedication to stirring things up. But one recent feud has truly put that image to the test. When it came to pushing things further than anyone else, it seems 50 may have finally met his match. His clash with T.I. and the Clifford family hasn't exactly gone as planned. While tensions between the two sides have really escalated lately, the roots of this issue go all the way back to 2008. In 2007, T.I. was arrested on federal gun charges and was facing serious prison time. By March, he struck a deal with the authorities, placing the blame on a deceased cousin, which resulted in him serving just a year behind bars. In the years since, T.I. has consistently defended that decision whenever questioned.
came from. If we in a case together and I die, put it on me.
God bless.
Put it on me, bro. If I'm dead and you can go home, man, put the case on me. You hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
And unless it was some shit I wouldn't be a part of if I was alive, you know what I'm saying? If you got some dope, man, why not, bro? You still have a life to live after I'm gone. Why would I expect you to, like, where is the logic in that?
But for 50, that narrative never really matched T.I.'s tough guy image coming out of Bankhead. So he called it out directly on the G-Unit track You So Tough, taking a few clear shots at him. At the time, T.I. seemed focused on bigger issues and didn't respond. By 2011, though, things had changed. After T.I. received an 11-month sentence on a pills charge, 50 publicly suggested that his wife Tiny should have taken the blame instead. He even wrote, "Tiny should have took that charge, say it was yours, baby." That didn't sit right with the self-proclaimed king of the South. Once he was released, T.I. fired back in a Vibe cover story, making it clear there would be no discussion about what his wife should or shouldn't have done for him. He emphasized that he alone takes responsibility when it comes to legal issues and said anyone who lets a woman take the fall is a coward. At that moment, it felt like things had gone too far and could easily spiral. But later, 50 revealed they had a private conversation through mutual friends that helped settle the tension. That led to a long stretch of peace, with both artists expanding beyond music while solidifying their legendary status. Then 2020 changed everything. During lockdown, the Versus battles organized by Swizz Beatz and Timbaland took over the culture, with fans tuning in to watch legends go hit for hit. From Snoop Dogg versus DMX to No Limit versus Cash Money, and even Gucci Mane and Jeezy setting aside their differences, the energy was unmatched. Around that time, T.I. was searching for a worthy opponent and eventually decided that someone of equal stature had to be 50 Cent. He soon started pushing for a friendly showdown, even if his approach came off a bit confrontational.
I heard it's 50 Cent birthday. Well, happy birthday, 50. For your birthday, I offer you a challenge, sir. Pull your ass up, man, with 20 of your records, man. Sit across from me, man, and get this work, man. You know what I'm saying? But I understand if you don't want to answer to that challenge, because last time you got challenged, Kanye West dusted your ass off. So, you might not want to do that. So, well, guess who ain't scared of your motherfucking ass, 50? Look, man, pull up. And I actually, me and you, we all right. I fuck with you, 50. I fuck with you, 50. It ain't you this time. It's your catalog that got some trouble. You understand? Your motherfucking catalog is in trouble.
50 couldn't believe T.I. had the nerve to come at him like that, so he fired back on Instagram, joking that someone must have given T.I. the same weed they gave Smokey and Friday. Instead of backing down, T.I. kept pushing the idea in interviews, explaining why he believed he was the perfect opponent for him.
He got an ego big enough to withstand my bravado. I don't feel like he'll be, you know what I mean? I don't feel like he'll be intimidated by, by how I pop my shit. You got to get a gorilla for a gorilla. Regardless of how you see me, inside me, there's a 900-pound gorilla. And also, man, we got, we really are, very similarly stacked. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a diamond album. I do not. I don't. And he didn't got 5 classic albums.
But even with that respectful tone, T.I. was clearly nudging 50's ego just enough, trying to pull him into the situation.
Decides to not respond, and
then what we can do is, in all of the barbershop discussions and all of it, we can go ahead. We already have established 50's catalog would be beneath mine.
You're taking it as a forfeit.
Yeah, it would have to be a forfeit. It would have to be.
As for 50, he believed doing a Versus battle was simply beneath someone of his stature in the game.
How do you feel about doing a versus battle against Fat Joe?
I thought Versus was something we did when we were stuck in the house. As soon as we got out of the house, to come back outside, I was like Versus didn't make sense to me. I don't know why they're still doing it.
Still, T.I. kept pushing regardless, making it clear every time the topic came up that he wanted to face off with 50.
So right now.
And then I called my man. I said who I wanted.
You want Weezy?
Nah, I said I wanted 50. That's what I said. He don't want no smoke, though.
Oh, Lord.
I called my man. He don't want no smoke. He ducking smoke. It's cool. So now...
And eventually, 50 saw one comment too many, setting off a conflict that brought the battle right to both of their doorsteps and beyond. Even though the Versus concept was mostly tied to the pandemic era, it still comes up now and then when comparing artists' catalogs. Then in February 2026, during an appearance on $1 Million Worth of Game, Tip revisited the whole situation and broke it down further.
Like, you know, it was really about celebrating each other's catalog. It pulled to be back, fucking around, doing something with another artist that, you know, that you respect, this, that, and the other. Right. And so even the first time when I was saying, and mind you, me and this nigga talk back there, bro. Mm-hmm. This shit, I ain't just called a nigga out the blue. Yeah. Me and this nigga talk about this. Okay. We talk about this. We said what we were gonna do.
You talk about you were 50?
Yeah, man. We talk about this shit, man. This shit just come out of nowhere. Nigga, we were moving around in LA, man, selling some TV shows and shit while we were around each other, man. You know what I mean? I said, shit, what you think about this? He was like, shit, you wanna do that shit? I said, yeah. He was like, all right, cool. So shit. And I told him, I said, well, I'm gonna jump out there first, and then you just gonna jump out there and we'll line it up. And he said, all right. And when I jump out there, nigga act like he ain't know what the fuck was going on.
In T.I.'s view, the real issue started when 50 backed out, which led him to feel that it seriously damaged how he saw him.
That's what it was about, you know what I'm saying? Now, it about, oh, you playing? Okay, you gonna play. All right, cool. But how about fuck all of it? Cause now I question your character. Nigga, just say you don't wanna do it. All the other extra lame ass shit, man, this shit goofy.
But I think it'd be a great battle, though. I think,
man, that shit ain't gonna happen. I don't wanna stand on stage with him. I had no interest in standing on stage with that nigga. I don't respect him.
Naturally, 50 wasn't about to let that slide. He quickly fired back, warning Tip to keep his name out of his mouth, then doubled down by bringing up those old issues tied to T.I.'s prison time, even calling him a rat. That didn't sit well with the Southern MC, who responded just as strongly, claiming he had paperwork and telling 50 to either step into the ring or stay quiet. He made it clear he'd lost all respect for him. That was all 50 needed to go all out. He began posting unflattering images of T.I.'s wife, again telling him to watch what he says. Then he took things further by mocking Tip's son, King Harris, comparing him to a viral meme. Usually, when 50 goes into full trolling mode, people back off, but this time was different. Whether it was anger or youthful pride, King refused to stay silent and fired back, even taking shots at 50's late mother in response to the disrespect toward his family.
Nigga wanna say something about my mama, your mama dead as nigga. Go dig her up. Post a picture of your motherfucking mama, nigga. She dead. Pay respect. Stop playing with my mama, nigga. Ain't playing like that, nigga. Ain't going like that, nigga. So tell your dead ass mama dig her ass up and post a picture that look better than my motherfucking mama, nigga.
King even took things further by posting a tombstone image with a disrespectful caption aimed at 50's late mother. For the first time in a while, 50 found himself dealing with someone just as disrespectful as he is. But before things could settle, T.I. dropped his first diss track, War. Honestly, it felt more like a warning shot than a full attack, with sharp lines meant to send a message. Since 50 seemed reluctant to respond on wax, he stuck to his usual Instagram antics, posting another picture of Tiny with the caption, God don't like ugly. But this time, fans weren't all entertained. Some started questioning why he kept targeting her, pointing out that she stays out of drama. Even Tiny's daughter ended up catching a stray online. Meanwhile, T.I. kept using music as his main weapon, though he didn't hold back either, flexing about protecting and providing for his mother in a caption tied to another diss. At this point, 50 appeared to grow tired of the situation and deleted the posts, though his exit felt sarcastic, joking that people had hurt his feelings. If it were up to T.I., that might have been the end, but with 50 wearing his emotions openly, things were far from over.
I think the real genesis is that somebody don't like to hear when I express the actual facts of what took place with why the shit didn't happen. Whenever they hear the truth, then they get emotional and start acting, like a bitch. I'm just saying, bro. Like that's the stuff that's being done. The response is that of an emotional human being that don't like what they hearing, even though it's true.
What 50 probably didn't expect, though, was that just as the father started easing off, his sons were ready to step in and carry things forward. After seeing their mother get disrespected, Tip's kids weren't backing down and began dropping multiple tracks aimed directly at 50. First, Domani set the tone with Miss Jackson, which some fans even called the strongest diss in the whole exchange. Then King followed up with Say Less, appearing in the video wearing a t-shirt featuring 50's late mother, clearly aiming to grab attention, even if the bars didn't hit as hard. People were shocked. While some understood their reaction and even gave King a bit of credit for standing his ground, many still felt things had gone too far. Comments started pouring in, with fans saying the situation was out of line and that certain boundaries, especially involving family, shouldn't be crossed. Still, like their father, both brothers stood firm, believing 5-0 was the one who pushed things to this level.
That you expressed how you felt. Did you ever think to not go as hard as you did or to go about it a different way?
I treated people how they treated us. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing that I wanted to do. It was just something that just had to be done.
Domani, also you dropped a record. It felt more, did you get any inspiration from, like, when I heard it for the first time, it reminded me of like Meet the Grams.
I would say, man, I just have questions. I just genuinely have questions. And I'm an understanding individual, and I know the reason people do certain things, it probably stem from how they grew up, how they was raised, even me.
Once those videos surfaced online, it felt like a line had been crossed that couldn't be undone, leaving many people questioning whether things had gone too far.
Went to the internet as well. Did a family thing with a caption that said, "My biggest flex is being able to protect my mama till I can provide her with a better life. Happy birthday, mama." With the family around the table with his mother. And again, now you playing those.
This is nasty work. 50 mom died when he was like 8. This is going somewhere nasty. If 50 has thick skin and he's like, "This is how we play," it's fine. If he don't, because some people can give the bullying but can't take it, then this is going to go somewhere stupid. I don't want to go nowhere stupid.
I don't want to either.
I
think
fear.
this shit is embarrassing.
Among them was Tip, who had reservations about some of their more unsavory tactics and felt that it probably set back his attempts to reform King in his outlandish ways.
and the whole family concept.
No, I don't enjoy it. I do not. Simply because I've spent so much time trying to get this little nigga off the ledge.
Talking about King?
Yes. And now he has justifiable means to undo all of the teachings that I've been teaching.
Got it.
I do not like this. No, I do not enjoy it.
Do you hit King when you see like him post a video? Do you immediately hit him and say anything?
I hit my forehead first. God damn. It's almost like I hate to see some shit going down, going to a direction where it's headed, but what the fuck can I do to stop it? Because I didn't send it there. I'm not the motherfucker that's directing. I ain't set the GPS, bro. I said that's enough when I seen that damn t-shirt. I said, man, this is enough.
Even Tip himself had some concerns about the more extreme tactics, feeling that it may have undone the progress he'd been trying to make in guiding King away from his reckless behavior.
People call me Tip, but this is about another kind of tip that can help our mothers, our sisters, our brothers, and our fathers help get the perpetrators who commit crimes against them off the streets. All you got to do is call Crime Stoppers Atlanta. Tips can be anonymous, and there's even a reward.
Mm-hmm.
You recognize who that is?
Yeah, that's Phil.
Okay.
Oh, that's his body.
In 34A.
Yeah, that's.
Even though it was a rare moment, seeing an entire family united in a rap beef, 50 stayed firm on not stepping into the booth. Instead, he stuck to his usual playbook, posting clips meant to question Tip's street credibility.
Because there was no fucking crime. There is nothing to charge me for. Or no, shut the up for a second. Hey, listen. Nigga, when you stop talking about it, when you stop playing with me and mine, I'ma stop saying something. Ain't no motherfucking case, ain't never been no motherfucking case, cause I ain't did nothing wrong, and my wife ain't did nothing wrong.
And when that still didn't get the reaction he wanted, 50 went even further, bringing up a troubling story from T.I.'s past and hinting it could be turned into a documentary. He mocked the situation online, suggesting it might interfere with T.I.'s public appearances and warned that people would start asking serious questions. For those unaware, this stems from a controversy where multiple women accused T.I. and Tiny of running a trafficking operation out of their home. Although no charges were ever filed, the backlash was significant enough to have him removed from Marvel's Ant-Man franchise. And during his brief run in Stand,
Curtis Jack, that's what came to mind soon as I heard the track. About to turn the heat up, I got my hand on the thermostat.
But this time, Tip didn't seem too fazed by the threats, hinting that 50 had enough skeletons in his own closet to inspire a film as well. He even challenged him directly, saying they could go bar for bar, hit for hit, either way. All it would do is expose who he really is. Let's play Nobody Fears You. Eventually, when the timing lined up with business and promotion for the upcoming Power Origins series, 50 dropped his own track titled No One Told Us What We Here For. Even though it was tied to the show, it stayed true to the beef, taking sharp shots, once again, at Tiny, this time targeting her personal life with Tip behind the scenes. Surprisingly, T.I. didn't respond to the track, but others were ready to step in. Papoose, for example, jumped into the mix, delivering a diss freestyle over the Many Men beat.
It don't gotta come down to no gun shit. We all know it can. It does. My thing is, if you a fucking man, especially if you got kids, this is no way to be presenting yourself in front of your kids. Like, if you a man and if you really got a problem with me, then let's fight and let's get it all over with, because I don't want to have to keep going through this, because somebody gonna get hurt for real. And it ain't gonna be me, because in my head, I know what I gotta do. I'm not gonna be getting shot up, beat up. I done been shot up before. I'm not getting shot up no more. I'm gonna fucking shoot first, and it's gonna be questions later. I'm not going through none of that pain no more.
Younger Harris siblings book and rocked a t-shirt bearing 50's mom's face. On the same note, Rick Ross co-signed everything that Tip and his boys were doing to bring 50 down.
Make sure y'all stream that new T.I., man, that new T.I. shit. Right One, that shit on fire. Tip, we want to see them old schools at the car show. ATL, let Tip know after y'all stream that nigga new shit, that shit hot. Now fuck with that. You heard me?
Then Mano stepped in, taking his shot at 50 with some pointed bars, calling him out for gimmicks and claiming his success was built on marketing rather than reality. He questioned his authenticity, even suggesting he'd never really lived the life he raps about. At the same time, Benzino also seemed ready to jump back into the chaos. After footage went viral of him in a hospital bed with a neck brace, following an incident where he was reportedly hit by a car during a dispute with his ex, 50 wasted no time clowning him online. Posting the clip, he joked that God told me to share this. That didn't sit well with Benzino, especially alongside other incidents like Tony Yayo allegedly pressing Ja Rule on a flight. The former Source magazine owner made it clear he wasn't taking things lightly anymore and was ready to respond.
Certain music ain't terrible. It ain't bad. He got some great music. But the thing is, he can't compete.
Right.
This ain't the way you can compete, because it's like you're gonna have to drop 3 dishes to even catch up. And you gotta drop them in 3 different forms. You gotta drop one being lyrical, you gotta drop one being sentimental, and you gotta drop one being very disrespectful.
Niggas claiming that they the algorithm. Shut up. Nigga did exactly what we told you to do. Told your ass to get in the booth and you did it. Fuck.
Then he followed the Harris brothers' approach and wore a t-shirt featuring 50's mother's face. At the same time, Rick Ross backed everything Tip and his sons were doing, fully supporting their efforts to go at 50. Even though not all of these situations are directly connected, it's hard to ignore how many people started piling on after his clash with the Harris family. It almost feels like some believe he didn't come out on top, and that slight crack in his armor gave others the confidence to jump in. From start to finish, his approach has faced criticism, with some calling it a rare misstep from someone usually so calculated. As one take put it, 50 can't meme his way out of this. It's not lyrical, it's an automatic L. While others used the moment to push their own agendas, King Harris stayed relentless. He kept the pressure on with over-the-top antics, even promoting a product tied to disrespect. Alongside that, he continued posting provocative content aimed at 50, doubling down on the trolling and making bold claims about himself. Beyond the antics, he's also been talking big about his own skills, even putting himself up against 50 lyrically, which only added more fuel to the situation. Out of everyone involved, King is probably the one dragging this out the most. That's largely because he's never had this level of attention before, and for once, some people are actually backing him instead of dismissing him as a privileged kid trying to act tough. To his credit, 50 is fully aware of that and seems to be making one last push to flip things in his favor by pointing out how much relevance he's brought them lately. He even joked, "I am the algorithm, say my name and your views go up." Still, despite trying to control the narrative, even 50 appears to recognize this wasn't his best moment. For once, he's the one stepping back, even hinting at taking an L while promoting a new boxing drama. Though he tried to downplay it by highlighting his other wins, it's rare to see him even acknowledge something close to a loss. Meanwhile, some fans refuse to accept that idea, arguing that his calm approach means he still came out on top. King, on the other hand, shows no signs of slowing down, continuing to push the situation further while enjoying the spotlight. Whether you see 50's response as calculated or just damage control, it's definitely a shift from how he usually handles things. Maybe he knows he's not as sharp lyrically anymore, or maybe he simply realized that not every battle is worth it. At this stage, maintaining his empire might matter more than proving a point. Either way, there's no denying that T.I. and his family are benefiting, with their visibility higher than it's been in years. And for once, it feels like the Master Troll may have been outplayed at his own game. Let's just hope King Harris doesn't try this approach with another rapper who might not take it so lightly. I'm Louisa. Catch you in the next one. Peace.